Thank you for the question. For me, it is a huge privilege that I do not take for granted to serve Canada and Canadians every single day. It's a big deal. There are kids here who went to school with my daughter who are great young innovators, and I'm really proud to be able to offer them something that will help their company. I'm proud and grateful to be able to serve in the cabinet of the Prime Minister. And I really don't spend a lot of time focusing on Ottawa gossip. My focus is on doing what I can to serve Canada and Canadians in what's a really challenging time for our country.
Next question, prochaine question.
Good afternoon. Jamie with City TV in Toronto.
And you're welcome for the text support.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, it saves the voice. Anyhow, real quickly, tariffs. We see people, premiers acting out of emotion, fear, and they're not confident in the message that's coming from Ottawa. Doug Ford is wanting to cut LCBO from buying anything American, threatening to pull the plug on the hydroelectricity that goes to the States. You've got the Premier of Alberta very vocal on her confidence in the Ottawa's messaging. Why is the messaging from Ottawa not as strong as the premiers that are in the various provinces?
Okay, I kind of disagree with some of the premise of that question, but
Feel free to
let me talk about Canada and the United States, and let me talk about the federal government and premiers. So I have been talking a lot with the premiers of our provinces and territories. I had a good conversation yesterday evening with Premier Ford. This morning, I spoke to Premier Eby, to Premier Moe, and to officials from Alberta. The premiers are an essential part of what needs to be a Team Canada effort when it comes to responding to the challenge from the United States. That's why the Prime Minister has led 2 meetings with the premiers of the provinces and territories, and there will be many more. Now, when it comes to what our approach needs to be when it comes to the United States, I think we've been clear and consistent. We believe that the best outcome for Canada and the United States is to work hard together to achieve a win-win. And we think that's the best outcome because it is based on the economic fundamentals of our relationship. You know, Canada depends on the United States, absolutely. It's also true that the United States depends on us. And the reality is that Canada is by far the largest market for the United States. We are a larger export market for the US than China, Japan, the UK, and France combined. That is a big deal. That gives us significant leverage. And the effort that is happening right now is for so many people from our government, and Minister Ng is part of this, from the premiers and their teams, business leaders, labor leaders are really fanning out across the United States and are saying, you know, are talking about this relationship with the United States, we're all explaining to our American counterparts, you benefit from this trade with Canada, which is balanced and mutually beneficial. And we believe that the right path for both our countries is to keep a great trading relationship going and to get to a win-win outcome. Having said all of that, it's really important to hope for the best and to prepare for the worst. And the Prime Minister has been clear that in the event that the United States were to impose unjustified tariffs on Canada, of course we would respond. And the Canadian response would necessarily be robust. I am confident that it would be effective. That was the experience we had with the 232 steel and aluminum tariffs, where a strong Canadian response led to a great outcome. And as I discussed with Premier Moe this morning, that was the outcome that we had with the country of origin labeling, when a strong Canadian response led to a good outcome. Now, for a Canadian response to be strong and effective, Canada needs to be united. And that's why we need to have good ongoing conversations with the premiers of provinces and territories. The ultimate response we come up with needs to be one that all of our country stands behind. And, we need to be working with the provinces and territories. We need to be working with business leaders. We need to be working with labor leaders. That is what we are doing. I truly believe that a Canada which is smart, strong, and united is a Canada which will succeed.